Yo, are we on? Are we on, John? So we found somebody, gentleman, that deserves his flowers now. I appreciate you, sir, for coming through. I kidnapped you pretty much, but we got my good friend. I'm gonna say my good friend.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Nick Fury, yo.
What up?
If y'all do not know about this gentleman, most definitely tap in with him. He's gonna have more stuff coming up besides whatever he already has on right now on his social media. But y'all tap in with Nick Fury. We're not talking about old dude from the Marvel series. Nick Fury, my good sir.
Sir.
We're on live in the Bone Zone. So I've had this frame made for you for a bit. I've been showing you love because I love you, of course. Let's go ahead and let the camera see that. Yes, let's go ahead and let the camera see that. Nick Fury, I appreciate you. Let's see. We made this frame a while back. I'm gonna have a reason to fill that frame up. You can go ahead and put it. But I want to let you know that I appreciate you, my good sir. Of course, a while back we talked about getting you on an episode, and we just happened to run into each other. Here's some hemp. Would you like to hit that hemp?
I love him.
Of course, hemp is not the way to go, but it's still a nice alternative for those people that cannot necessarily indulge in the
illegal activities.
Exactly. But yo, I want to let y'all know that we're on. We're on. We got my boy right here. Yes, sir. Much love to you, my good sir. I do appreciate you.
It's an honor to be here, bro. I appreciate you.
We are actually the best podcast. Nah, I'm not gonna say that. I am gonna say it actually. We are actually the best podcast in the city of San Antonio.
Speaking into existence, baby.
We're gonna speak it into existence. I'm sorry, Radioactive Podcast. I love you, but AC Turner, we gotta do our thing. You know what I'm saying? Here, live in the Bones on Big Sam Heard. It don't matter what time of the day we're on, because we're on. So whoever is watching right now live, whether on Facebook or YouTube, Nick Fury right here, my good sir. I appreciate you. For me, this one is it's a pop up, of course, because we just ran into you into the bar. Like, say, motherfucker, where you going? Nah, bullshit. You're coming with me to the Bone Zone. We're gonna do an episode. You've been in New Braunfels for a good while, so we haven't necessarily been able to link in with each other, but we are doing it, and we're doing it now. So let people know where they can get a hold of you on social media, and we're going to continue to go. We are going to play a track by you, if it's okay with you. It is called Part of the Game. Yes, but for now, let people know that are tapping in with Live in the Bones of Big Sam Heard. We're on podcast. We still ask the question, of course, if we are on, even though we already know we are on, we still ask that question because people are still asking me this and that. So yeah, let me know a little bit about you. How did you actually get your name, Nick Fury? I know it's not your own name, but let me know. Let people know that either are listening, of course, on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all those listening platforms. Radio World, much love. We are, of course, heard in over 20 different countries. Yes, I do appreciate you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nick Fury, talk to me. Let me know what's up.
Yes, sir. I got my name. I used to work on the Riverwalk, man. I was a busser at a Cafe Olay. I probably worked there for about like 4.5 years, and I was a
shout out to the Riverettes.
Oh yeah, shout out, hell yeah. I think I was a bit of a hothead back then, and there was this bartender, and I used to get real mad. I would be talking to myself, just being crazy and shit, and he'd be like, "Calm down, Nick Fury, calm down." And it kind of, I was already doing music at the time, you know what I mean? I've been writing verses since I was, fuck man, since I was probably like 9 years old. I wasn't very good at that point though.
How old are you now?
26. I'm about to be 27 on November 17th.
So for a good minute.
Yeah, man. I've been trying to perfect my style for a long time, and it took me a long time to get to where
You want to freestyle some shit for us?
I'm probably gonna spit y'all some written shit, just because that's what I prefer to do. You know, like it just I'd rather you see my true talent than
But you can freestyle though. I know you can.
I know you know.
I know you can. I've heard you freestyle before. You got it. That's one of the things. Like for some artists, where they prefer to write and do their craft like that. But some people they can most definitely freestyle. I know you got it. You are very very equipped with that personality where it comes to being able to captivate people. So yeah, Nick Fury, top of my boy Nick Fury, most definitely. Um, for me, I get that of course ICP type of stuff from when what you spit. Um, Here we like to pay homage of course, to Bone Thugs and Harmony. I like to consider myself a an advocate for Bone Thugs and Harmony. And we are consistent on showing love to Bone Thugs. So,
Yeah.
you personally, what are your biggest, inspirations when it comes to music? And let me know artists that you would like to work with. If you haven't worked with them already, locally here in the city of San Antonio, three of them. Let me know three artists, Texas, not in San Antonio, but outside of the city of San Antonio you would like to work with, and give me three national artists that you would like to work with. So give me nine artists and let me know.
Or 6, right?
Well, we're gonna do three, three, and three. Three here in the city, three in outside of the city, but in Texas,
Okay.
and three national. So let's do nine. And at the same time, let me know like what really, really got you into wanting to pursue music.
Okay.
Even though we all may have, everyday jobs.
For sure.
I quit my day everyday job, even though I didn't even show up to the first day I got hired. I'm sorry. I just have a dream. I gotta go for it.
Hey, we've all been there.
Y'all make sure y'all show love to Sandburger Kitchen. It's not just about my burger. I got other shit, and I'm gonna definitely feed you. I'm gonna feed everybody, the community, everybody. So, talk to me, Nick Fury.
Okay.
Where did it all start? Three artists that you're gonna work with here locally in the city of San Antonio. Three artists outside of San Antonio, but still in Texas, and then give me three artists national that you would like to work with. And hopefully they can watch. And hopefully they're watching and they're like, man, fuck yeah, I'm down. Or whatever the case may be, we're here. We're live in the Bones though. Big Sam Heard. We got my boy Nick Fury. Man, show him that plaque, bro. Like I make plaques for artists that I show love to and I appreciate. And most of the artists already been on, but I made this plaque for my good sir because I want to show him love. We work together in Riverwalk, and of course, just in life, what I'm saying, being a friend to somebody, and we don't have to necessarily talk every day. I don't. Hey, what are you doing right now? What are you wearing? Type of shit like that. But I went ahead and made this frame for him just to let him know that he already has a space here in the Bone Zone. He's here now, live in the Bone Zone. So I want to most definitely let everybody know that y'all got to show love to Nick Fury. Tap in Nick Fury, Furi. If you can't get a hold of him, let me know. We're gonna get into one of his tracks. It is called "Part of the Game." But right now, I want to take a little break. I want to make sure and give a shout out to the live studio audience. We do got a live studio audience, so of course, live studio audience, give yourself a round of applause. Yes. Yes, of course. But we cannot forget where we are. Oh, I don't even drink anymore, Nick. Like, you didn't even bother. Like, we're here, of course, in the west side, off of course, Colorado and West Commerce. If you guys don't know, this is, not too far from the jail. So if you ever get that PR bond or wherever the case may be and you need to holler at somebody, come through. I got you covered. I will most definitely make you a bologna sandwich. I'm not going to make you a hamburger or none of my my new crispy sausage wraps. Did you try any of those sausage wraps, crispy sausage wraps?
Not yet, man. I've been waiting.
Damn, bro, I was fucking up. I'm over here trying to. I'm too busy in the game trying to,
Hey, man, you gotta
elevate every day. So, Nick, let's see that frame one more time. We're gonna get into a track of yours, of course. Let me see that. This is something I made for Nick Fury. Whoever's watching right now, much love. Facebook, YouTube. Y'all make sure y'all tap in Nick Fury. He's already had a frame here in the Bone Zone for a bit. So no offense to anybody that has been on or is gonna be on or whatever the case may be. I gotta show love to my bro Nick Fury. His flow, his delivery is different. His punchlines. Yes, we're gonna have a gentleman, Kenneth Durant soon. He is awesome. He calls himself the king of punchlines.
Fuck yeah.
But Nick Fury, Kenneth Durant, I'm letting you know right now, bro. Right here, my bro, right here. Yes, I'm gonna have you on. We're gonna do our thing Sunday, 5 p.m. live in the Bonzo, Big Sam Heard. But right here, a sleeper, Nick Fury. Y'all gonna have to get at Nick Fury. Holla at him for some features. You'll be surprised to what he comes up with. Let's listen to a little bit of this part of the game. That way you guys can get a feel of what it is. Maybe you can give us one of your tracks a cappella. That way people can hear what we're fucking with, because
I got a verse that I just wrote the other day.
I'm going to tell you this. I don't put my name on everything.
Oh, yeah,
but Nick Fury, I put my name on that shit because I love you, bro. And it's one of those things where when you love music, you actually get to like enjoy it. Enjoy the whole, art of it, because that's what it is. It's art. It's not just, for some people, they just put some bullshit ass together, hot trash, whatever the fuck. Nah, you do more than 16 bars, I'm sure. And I want to let you guys know, San Antonio. Are we on, John? Are we on?
Orion.
Yes, most definitely. Part of the game, tune in. I don't know the rest of this music, but I do very much support it. Nick Fury, live in the Bone Zone with Big Sam Heard.
What's up, y'all? A lot of people wanna step but can't handle the Jedi. Pull the weapon, start chatting, and I'm letting the lead fly. There's no answers from my ancestors in Bed-Stuy. This one's for the goons who are doomed to a harsh life. I'm magnetic, and you rappers are so pathetic. Stop saying chicken, homie, I'm not a medic. Embellish flows until my foes beheaded, and all your bros get shredded. And I ain't saying that my rhyme's genetic, but you can step and I'll swear you regret it, because I never sweat it. I laid back and perfected the method, and I leave your heads nodding when my presence detected. I've been selected to do a little kick though. I'm in the bed playing kung fu with an info. She use my dick like a dildo, like it's the perfect gizmo. Disrespect me if you wanna throw your body below. I'm hiding all the evidence so nobody will know. I'm in the fast lane, but I ain't battling Cain. The way my people been treating me, I can feel it was pain. It's all false like religions you claim, so y'all be thrown with shame. Shit, it's all part of the game. I'm in the fast lane, but I ain't battling Cain. The way my people been treating me, I can feel it was pain. It's all false like religions you claim, so y'all be thrown with shame.
Yo. Are we on, John?
I appreciate you playing that, man.
Yo, Nick Fury. What's good, brother? Talk to me. Your name pretty much just happened, Nick Fury. You stuck with it. Are you born and raised in San Antonio? Let people know that are not aware of you, Nick Fury. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, my boy Nick Fury, of course, he wasn't part of the lineup or whatnot for this weekend. Even though we got a hot lineup of nice San Antonio artists, I'm gonna be straight up, bro.
I don't doubt
They're
it.
probably not watching anyway, so they're not even gonna mind me saying this. That you deserve one of those top spots. You know what I'm saying?
I
Whether
appreciate that, man.
and Saturday 8 p.m. or Sunday 8 p.m. I actually don't have. Um, do we have a Saturday 8 p.m.? I don't know. We got to get a booking with that. But either way, we got Nick Fury right now. We're gonna play this shit back. Part of the game. Y'all make sure y'all show my brother some love. Nick NickFuri. Y'all show him love on YouTube. You got anything on Spotify, Google Podcasts, or any of that stuff?
I don't, bro. Just on DatPiff. And
Okay.
if you go on DatPiff, you just the same thing you just said, NickFuri, and it'll pop up. I have 2 mixtapes. One's called
Right.
G's for Genius, and the other one's called Bad Fellas.
Well, we're gonna get producers that are gonna want to work with you. We're gonna get directors. We're gonna get a bunch of people because that's what you got to do. Are you independent? You signed to any type of local company or anything like that?
No, sir.
No. All right. So we're gonna make sure that we push you, and if you don't mind, I'm gonna help you in whichever way I can.
I appreciate
Just
that.
respond to my text messages.
Yeah, I got you.
Because when it comes to visuals and putting your name out there, when it comes to like stuff on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever social media you guys may use, make sure that y'all type in, of course, type in Nick Fury, NickFuri. Not much content, but just know that this gentleman is very, 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 very talented. Probably a little more lyrical than you, but depending on who's watching right now, I'm gonna let that shit be known because I support my boy and I love him. And no offense to any artists or anybody that has been booking with me or inquiring or whatnot, but when it comes to showing love to people that you really fuck with, my boy Nick Fury, he's been on the Bone Zone wall right there, right under King Khalid, right next to Northwest Rider, right next to Lil Yoda, right next to Mr. Pimpin. Much love to you, gentlemen. Holding it down for the city of San Antonio. I got to do actually make more frames, but we're going to do that eventually. We got to figure out who we're going to do. But from me to you, I want to let you know that you already done had a spot here live in the Bones with Big Sam Holt live television. Damn it. You already had a spot here live in the Bone Zone with Big Sam Heard, especially where I put a memorabilia with local artists, and then on this other wall right here where you can see Bone Thugs in Harmony memorabilia. So for some artists, to being on the same walls with artists like that, living legends like Bone Thugs in Harmony, and then you come over here and look at my local wall, and you see artists like you. I want you to know that I love you, bro. Like, it's one of those things, like, it's more than the music. You know what I'm saying? Because that's always going to be there. It's going to be polished when you come out with it. You're going to definitely come back. You know where I live.
Yeah.
And now you're back in San Antonio.
Yes, sir.
So we can kidnap you again from Texan, and we can most definitely let the world know. San Antonio, of course, knows that my boy right here, Nick Fury, he is one of the best in the city, y'all. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat that shit because I just give it to you the way that it is, and that's what it is. Nick Fury, work with him. He is different from a bunch of regular artists. He doesn't just no, he comes with some real shit. He does most definitely talk about life, death, everything else in between. I got time off. We're about to get into this track real quick. Being here live in the Bone Zone, we do gotta pay homage to Bone Thugs in Harmony. So for a quick second, we're gonna play a little bit of Bone. Actually, this is Busy Bone. This is off of his new album, I'm Busy. Y'all make sure to tune into his latest visual, his latest music video. I'm actually in it. Yes, they don't pray. You don't blink because you're gonna miss me, but he's in it. This track right here is actually named Big Things. We're gonna talk about big things with you right now in a bit.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and look into the Ouija board 10 years into the future, and we're gonna see where Nick Fury is, and then we're gonna tap back. Let's say 10 years. I'm 38, so I like to tap back 20 years. But if you're, let's say, 28, around 30 age, we're gonna tap back 20 years. So yeah, let's get into this real quick for a second. This is Busy Bone, Big Things. I don't know how to watch this music, but I do very much support it.
Hell yeah.
Live in the Bone Zone, Nick Fury, baby.
The Bone Zone.
Yeah, I have no idea how much this right here is really, really one of those personal episodes. So yes, if you guys do not know who my boy is, just know that he is amazing. And he is just fucking authentic. And that's all I gotta say about that. Big Verso, holla at my boy. City San Antonio, holla at my boy right here. Y'all be surprised to what he is capable of when it comes to something off the rip or something that is written. I give it to you, bro, because I hear you. I know how you deliver your shit, and it is very, very, very genuine, and it's nice and crisp,
Yes,
and you let people know what it is.
Hell yeah.
I don't know the rest of this music, but I do very much support it. This is a little bit of Big Things, Busy Bone.
They say that we can get it, not just a little bit. Maybe easy had a different plan. Lord, don't hurt him. Remember me hustling, I'm a different man. But demons still lurking. I'm happy to be a part of this, but not enough for nonsense. LGBTQ community, please let's be honest. Many victims of this systematic racism. They take advantage of niggas from the ghetto. This is placism. Christopher Williams. Ain't it beautiful when niggas don't let hate in them? Nino had his G money, but killed him, put that thing in him. Act sleep, black sheep, stress cause I lack sleep. Niggas they used to attack me, tell me to shut up and sign the contract. We let them crazy niggas, them my Cleveland City Wombats. Ain't nobody listening, just bear with me, this a flashback. Devil used to laugh as I flash against the system. Kept the Ouija in his pocket just to stop the thugs from winning. The Ouija board, they picked it up at Toys R Us. My future's already written, but is my boys with us? The demons always lurking, baby. Big things this way, they say that we can get it, not just a little bitty. Big things this way, they say that we can get it, not just a little bitty. The youngest, it can get rough. You can get treated like you dumb. One of a black sheep, a bone thug, down from where we from. Little busy, that's my son, but he the oldest one. I never let him get jealous, cause daddy will be the coldest one. My YB, baby melanated. I see he hated, but he the best of me. Far as I can see, and I'm 2020, no doubt. Never needed no clouds, you niggas know what we about. We have an argument, you know, we still punch you in your mouth. Big things this way, they say that we can get it, not just a little bitty. Big things this way, they say that we can get it, not just a little bitty. Big things this way.
Yo, Nick. Thank you, bro.
Thank you for having me, man. Shout out to Big Sam Hurd. Y'all make sure to follow him.
Definitely. Big Sam Heard, you know, that is, of course, my Riverwalk name. The Sam, when you're in a restaurant and the cooks are hollering, Sam, your food's up, Sam, 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 your food's up. You respond with Sam Heard. It was Sam Heard for the longest. No relation to Sam Heard that, of course, played for the Dallas Cowboys and went to Brackenbridge and was an Eagle. No relationship, no relationship to that gentleman. But Sam Heard is what it was, and of course, let's say graduating to other restaurants or whatnot, being there for a while. Hard Rock Cafe gentleman Steven, much love to that gentleman Steven. He started saying Big Sam Heard, like a chant, like a shout out. You know what I'm saying? So I kept it Big Sam Heard, and I let people know that it's you know, when people either hear that sound or they're hollering at it, I'm gonna respond in any way because that is what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? So with the Big Sam Heard shout out, if I'm the one shouting it out, I'm gonna let people know that I'm here to listen to you. I'm here to support you. I'm here to show you love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know other artists are more diverse and more skilled. I don't care about that. What I'm here for is the passion. When people actually have a passion for something and they just want to show it off to the world, you know what I'm saying? I know this platform is not the biggest, but yes, we are heard, of course, on several different listening platforms. When it comes to our Anchor, we are heard, of course, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, um, Apple Podcast, Stitcher. We are heard in at least 20 different countries when it comes to Radio World. So thank you, Radio World.
Oh
When
yeah.
it comes to being live and on the YouTube and Facebook, you know, we can do a little better on those live feeds. Right now, we do have nobody watching, but
Yeah,
it's
all
okay.
good.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
used to that.
It is what it is. You know, I got a gentleman that's been showing me love. He's with a record label called San Antonio Productions. His name is
Nice.
he goes by the name Reject. He actually wears a mask, and he's the artist that wears a mask. And
Nice.
you hear his music, and you see, you know, his visuals, and you're like, damn. Besides the music, you know, you want to get in tune with why he wears a mask and this
For
and
sure.
that. So that's one gentleman as well that I want you to tap in with. Of course, Reject, my boy right here, Nick Fury. His flow is nice. He has that ICP type of chop when it comes to delivery and stuff like that. So I really, really dig that gentleman. Not because he's been showing me love on the podcast, but because of the fact that, you know, everybody has a story. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You have your story. We're not going to get into it 100% because you're going to be back.
Oh, for sure.
You're going to be back for a 210 Live.
And I'll be
because
sober.
We're always sober, but I want to get you back for a 210 Live because my 210 Lives are where I really have people really, really like, or me personally, where I'm like, 210 Live, these guys right here that are on this episode are going to be the next biggest thing. They're what's going to be popping here in the city of San Antonio and, you know, the outskirts of city of San Antonio. So shout out to, you know, Shirts, Cibolo, New Braunfels. Shout out to all those smaller towns and cities that most definitely show San Antonio love, especially when it comes to the music scene. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really, really important that those artists stay consistent with a bunch of stuff. And I hope that you would stay consistent with your music because sometimes when we don't, we forget. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want people to forget about Nick Fury. That's why when I saw you today at the Texan, we were selling, of course, our they're not world famous, but soon to be world famous fried sausage wraps. And I saw you and I was like, bro, what are you doing? What the fuck?
Somebody even gave him a shout out when we were walking to the car to get here.
Yeah, so much love to those people that show us love, whether it's podcast related or food related, because I want people to know that I'm more than just a podcaster. You know, I do have music that we're going to create. We're going to find a nice producer that can make me an EP. We're going to create, of course, a intro video for this podcast. You know, I'm going to say live in the Bone Zone. Actually, hold up. Yes, Billy on the board. It is I, live in the Bone Zone with Nick Fury. Can we do that one more time? Live in the Bone Zone. It is I, Billy on the board with Nick Fury. Nick, thank you. I love you, bro.
Love you too, man.
You know, it's one of those things where, you know, growing as, let's say, a podcast where let's say you showed me love when I first started. I've, of course, been showing you love since you started, and I've seen you perform a few times. Fitzgerald is where I've seen you most of the time, so much love to Fitzgerald. Shout out to those people that you know, host shows out there. You know, John Chandler, much love to you. We got to get you on here, I think. Yeah. Are we on, John? Because it's one of those things when it comes to actually manifesting what we want to do. We got a table here, of course. I got a couple hundreds of thousands of dollars that we have
But if I
that we're
borrow like five,
yeah, man, that we're trying to manifest these, prop dollars and make them real. That way, when we actually capitalize on what we're doing, people will be like, you know what, this fucking person right here helped me, and either he's progressing or a little behind, my wave. For people that have been coming through, they have most definitely been growing. We had Coach Garcia, of course. He's definitely doing good for the Chicano, Hispanic, Latino community. He's been on tour with King Lil G. He's, of course, an artist out of Cali. Lil Yoda, he's an artist coming through. He has a nice delivery. I would love to hear some Nick Fury and Lil Yoda. So Lil Yoda. If you watch this, listen to this right here. Nick Fury, Lil Yoda, this guy right here is different. And he is very, very sharp when it comes to whatever edges or whatnot. But he would definitely cross those T's and dot your I's because he is very precise with his delivery. And when it comes to your music, Lil Yoda, much love to Lil Yoda. Shout out to Lil Yoda.
shout out Lil Yoda.
Much love, Lil Yoda. But I really, really think you and that gentleman, delivery wise and how you captivate, a hook or whatnot, whether he's on the hook, you on the hook, or you can do a two bar, or 1 1 1 1 and bring it back like that, where you're talking to each other like a conversation or whatnot. I can definitely sense like a nice, melodic type track where you're just talking about life. You know what I'm saying? Where things not necessarily may not go your way every day, but you continue to focus on the main objective, and that's, of course, put it down for your team, your organization, your brand, your logo. We are all bosses in whichever way. We're not playing checkers. We're playing chess. I personally don't know how to play chess, but I'm faking that shit till I make it. But it's one of those things that we got to do. But my good sir, Nick Fury, y'all tap in on Nick Fury, producers, videographers, people that do graphics. I'm not too sure if you're looking for any of that stuff, but my guy right here, he is definitely a gem. And trust me, he is not paying me to say that. I'm saying that because I love him out of my heart. And he's already been on my wall, like I said. And what I do here, actually, live in the Bone Zone, is I make frames for artists that have been on the show, or maybe that I want to get on the show. King Kali, Livola. We're gonna get both of them, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
Eric, much love, Eric. Maba Capero. We gotta get them gentlemen on because I want to really, really make an impact. Because I feel if I have both of them on one show, Double Cup Kings, them showing love to their brand when it comes to their beverages that they've been having, made. The city of San Antonio deserves their flowers.
Absolutely.
Live in the Bone Zone with Big Sam Heard. We're on podcast. Are we on podcast for those that are still wondering or asking that question if we are on? Yes, we are on. And we're on at what time? 3:19 a.m. with my good sir, because I could not have let this opportunity pass me by. I look at you as a celebrity to me because you really, really have it. Push it more. I know you probably have an everyday job, but some people, those dreams are bigger than, anything else. And for us, we pursue those dreams, even though we quit our 9 to 5 because we love what we do. We want to make sure that we live that leave that imprint on what we bring to you, you know, and what I personally want to bring to you is a nice local podcast for artists to be able to either showcase themselves, whether it's a Boom at Noon, a 210 Live, 210 Live, 210 Live, or just a whatever 5, 8 p.m. episode. Even hell, get your mind right at midnight. My objective is, well, as a middleman, you know, I'm that middleman. I'm not the plug. I'm not the one, you know, looking for well what's out there, but
Right.
I try to connect listeners to somebody to listen to. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So Nick Fury, I want people to most definitely tap into you, even if it's not much when it comes to what you have on social media. Um, if you need help with distributing stuff, there's people out there. My guys, holla at my boy Nick if y'all want to help him uh, manage or just help distribute his music. Of course, you can do that on your own. I'm sure there's ways. Hell, I can even help you. I don't even have music out on Spotify, but this podcast is out on Spotify.
Hell yeah.
I already said 20 different countries. Yes, the analytics they don't lie. Even though the numbers aren't huge, when something shows up,
They'll get there.
they'll get there, and people will notice that, you know what, I'm not doing this because I think it's fun. I'm doing this because I love it, and I want this to actually be where I can generate a nice revenue or some type of residuals when it comes to special co-hosts that are on the podcast. So hopefully when it comes to donations or monetary support, of course, that type of stuff kicks in because it's important, that people that get on this platform, that they do most definitely show me love on that aspect because it's important, you know what I'm saying? Because you scratch my back, I scratch your back. Of course, you get advertisement. I shout out, I shout out, whatever tracks, your brand. If you have a certain like record label or whatnot, I shout them out. So it does go a long way, even though like people may look at this podcast as a little teeny beany bullshit starter podcast, whatever the fuck you look at it. I don't give a fuck. I know we are the best podcast in the city of San Antonio. Yes, AC, I said that. Yes, I said it. So I'm gonna continue to say that shit because that's how I feel. So even though we may not have a plaque that says best podcast in the city, when that current when that current comes out with the best of at the end of the year and then this and that, we can vote. If we're on podcast is not on that ballot, there's gonna be there's gonna be an option where you can fill in the blank. We're on podcast, or just simply live in the Bone Zone, Big Sam Heard, or are we on podcast? Whatever the fuck, Big Sam Heard. Regardless, it is all Big Sam Heard product. With a Big Sam Heard product, I want to open doors. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about my food.
Hell yeah.
I record my promo videos in what I call the pantry. But my kitchen, it's a little bootleg kitchen, but the passion of the food that I want to deliver to the community, I want them to know that, it is made with the love and in the passion in a way where I want for you to really, really feel what I'm delivering to you. And it's going to continue to happen on a daily. Nick Fury. So, San Antonio, how has San Antonio been to you? Let's talk a little bit of life, death, everything else in between. 5 minutes. Life, death, everything else in between. Rundown.
All right. Well, I was born in New Braunfels, Texas, and but I've been back and forth between there and here in San Antonio, and I love New Braunfels, but San Antonio has always made me feel at home. You know what I mean? Especially when I worked on the Riverwalk. And that's really when I started like recording and doing music and stuff. And I mean, I've always just loved music. You know what I'm saying? It just makes me feel okay. You know what I mean? Like I'm where I need to be. You know. And what was the other question?
You know what we didn't do when I did the three local,
Oh
the
yeah.
three Texas, and the three national. We changed the subject, so let's do that now.
Okay.
Three local artists,
Okay. Let's just do one at a time. All right. So the local artists.
three.
I don't know too many local artists, but so I'm gonna try to shout out the ones that I do know, and the ones that I would like to link up with and have a track
Yeah,
with, right?
I
Okay.
already told you a few that I think you would. I also think Kenneth Durant. I'm gonna be having that gentleman 5 p.m. on Sunday.
Okay.
He goes by the fucking shit. I had it, but it's like it's fuck. It starts with a P. Fucking idiot, Steven. But you know, he is really really good with his words and how he uses them and stuff like that. I feel so fucking like an idiot, but he's a gentleman that I think lyrically, um, you will most definitely be able to keep. I don't know, Ken. Like, I love you, Kenneth. You know, it might be a toss up. You know, you might have to keep up with this gentleman right here, Kenneth Durant. I got you. Of course, we're on live in the Bone Zone, Big Sam Heard. But this gentleman right here, he is most definitely somebody to look out for. Um, I really, really think that a bunch of people, when it comes to your pace, how you spit that Sauce T, much love, Sauce T. I love you, Sauce T. Of course, Chris Lopez. I think that's another gentleman that will really, really make your sound really, really, it'll make it stand out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to those features, when you're looking for stuff like that, when it comes to local type stuff, when you are on features, because sometimes when you're on other artists type stuff, they're like, man, this guy Nick Fury, I've seen, he's already on a homeboy right here, he's on homeboy right here, and he's just getting on it. So that's one thing that I think maybe you should look into when it comes to getting local features with artists. Hell, if there's any producers that most definitely want to tap in with you, I'm sure they will. Nick Fury, all platforms, y'all get on that. Um, we did local. Are we on local artists?
Yeah, we're on local artists.
Let's go local artists.
So I definitely would like to see what's up with Lil Yoda. I think another one is Cree 23. She has a dope style.
Afima.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And
Yeah.
Insane Loke.
Insane low.
Me and him actually, we did have like a little track together. It's actually it's on Bad Fellas, the mixtape. But I would like to do more with them. I feel like we could get grimier and do better shit. But okay, so then after local was
Let's do Texas.
Texas.
Artists in Texas outside of San Antonio, but still in Texas that you would like to work with.
That's a
You
good
never know, man. Who's watching? Maybe they might watch him, but like, you know what? Let's see what's up. This guy.
right.
You know, when it comes to like delivery, that's different when you hear an audio, but when it comes to like visual, you know, we all have certain, we're all different. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm me, Big Sam Heard, live in the Bone Zone. This right here, my good sir, Nick Fury. You're you. You don't change who you are for people. You know, you don't adjust to somebody else's agenda. You don't adapt to whatever else somebody has on the repertoire, whatever the case may be. You deliver Nick Fury, and that's all you do because that's what you are here for. We already did Texas. We did a few Texas, right?
We did local.
Local in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you got? Texas.
So Texas, man, I think I would for sure want to work with Zero. I probably jammed him since I was young, man.
Yeah. What's your favorite Zero song?
Oh man, that's a hard one, bro.
Well, like just sing one that pops up.
want to
Real
say self-made.
Yeah.
I forget which album it's off, but I'm a self-made millionaire.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I always like to go, of course, with I hate you, bitch.
That was the first one that popped up.
I hate you, bitch.
I was like, I feel like I could do
God,
better.
I say. All right. Too many years I done paid the price. Much love to 0-0. Nick Fury right here. You know what I'm saying? Work with my boy Zero. We actually got to get you here live in the Bones of Big Sam Herd. I know you're going to be coming to San Antonio in November, so don't be acting like, I don't be watching. Paper Tiger, you're going to be here live. Well, not live in the Bone Zone, but you're going to be in city of San Antonio. We got to, shit, if I got to take the mics out to your ass, I'm going to be like, yo, hello, I'm Billy on the board with We're On Podcast. Whatever the fuck I got to do, I'm trying to make that shit happen because I want people to know that I'm serious about this podcast. And yes, we are most definitely one day going to obtain that actual, plaque that says best podcast in the city of San Antonio because we got to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out plugging the Sandburger right now, but yeah, we are going to get a plaque that also says best bacon cheeseburger in the city of San Antonio. But that's something different. Right now, we're gonna get on to this Nick Fury again, part of the game. I don't know the rest of this music, but I do very much support it. Let's go, Nick Fury. Let's get a round of applause for the yeah. Nick Fury live in the Bone Zone, Big Sam Herd. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you for coming through. This is a pop-up. This is an extra. This is a bonus. Nick Fury, man. Y'all fucking don't sleep on my boy right here, Nick Fury. Tap in with him. Hell, if you want to get a hold of him and you can't get a hold of him, hit me up. I'm most definitely get a hold of him. I'm going to drop him off at his house. I know where he lives, so I'm going to most definitely be able to, be in the bushes or whatever we gotta do, we're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
This one's for the goons who are doomed to a harsh life. I'm magnetic, and you rappers are so pathetic. Stop saying check it, homie, I'm not a medic. Embellish flows until my foes beheaded, and all your bros get shredded. And I ain't saying that my rhyme's genetic, but you can step and I'll swear you regret it, because I never sweat it. I laid back and perfected the method, and I leave your heads nodding when my presence detected. I've been selected to do a little kick though. I'm in the bed playing kung fu with an info. She use my dick like a dildo, like it's the perfect gizmo. Disrespect me if you want, I'll throw your body below. I'm hiding all the evidence so nobody will know. I'm in the fast lane, but I ain't battling Cain. The way my people been treating me, I can feel it was pain. It's all false like religions you claim, so y'all be blown with shame. Shit, it's all part of the game. I'm in the fast lane, but I ain't battling Cain. The way my people been treating me, I can feel it was pain. It's all false like religions you claim, so y'all be blown with shame. Shit, it's all part of the game. This disastrous. The malfunction's now massive. Believe me when I tell
you. Yo. Yes, we're still, of course, live in the Bone Zone, Big Sam Herd. I actually don't think Billy on the board gave us the proper introduction that we deserve. Billy on the board. Billy, are you with us, Billy? Of course, Billy. We get that from the good old Ouija board. We holler at the Ouija board. Dear Mr. Ouija, I want to know my future. But yes, Billy on the board, are you with us? Yes, it is I, Billy on the board, live in the Bone Zone with Nick Fury. Yo,
shout out Billy.
Fuck with Nick Fury. Shout out to Billy on the board. He is really the mind behind a bunch of these things that we do. Me, of course, Steve Anthony Monreal, TL. I'm just the vessel. And I'm here to do my part as the middleman. Of course, Billy on the board. He has a little more say-so when it comes to what is being played, what is on, and this and that. But there's a lot of things that come with it. Sir Smooth, he actually is a gentleman that owns us. He's all about his hoes and Bibles. He obtained We're On Podcast, live in the Bone Zone, just damn you stocks and all this shit. So yeah, babe. Yeah. Nah, so Smooth, he's not gonna show up. So Smooth, he is not here. He's actually on a train headed back to Arizona. For some reason he loves it in Arizona. He has a shop out there. He has it's a not necessarily a chicken and waffle spot, but he calls it a waffle and chicken spot because he's more about the waffles than the chicken. So he says it's a waffle and chicken spot.
Oh yeah.
Just to kind of confuse people when they're like, "Oh, this is supposed to be a chicken and waffle," you know. So he's like, "No, nigga,
It's actually
waffle and
opposite.
chicken." Yeah. And he also does. He also has some smoothie shops in California, so smoothies.
Badass.
So we're thinking of bringing those to Texas. But much love, guys. We're gonna play this back right here. I don't know I own the rights to this music, but I do very much support it. Part of the game, Nick Fury, right here, live in the Bone Zone with Big Sam Heard. Live, y'all. That's the only way we do it. Live. Live. Live with Nick Fury.
Be glowing with shame. Shit is all part of the game. This disastrous. The malfunction's now massive. And believe me when I tell you the man is not passive. They swore they were better, but we know the bash lives. With the torch that they passed, we surpassed the last kids. We blast and we cast the body inside a fridge. I'd rather never hide. I think my pride's too big. Like a natural born killer who just split his first wig. When I'm cutting, they be ducking. No fucking discussion. I'm the big bad wolf when I'm huffing and puffing till I'm destroying all your shit and your block left with nothing. I'm not fronting, it's just part of my disease. I can chop through the knees of the highest known priest, meditate with dead monks and swim through the dead seas. I'm the architect of life, so don't gamble for your peace. I'm not destined for the blessing, but I've learned life's lesson. Like I say for years, the wicked shit is never rest. I'm in the fast lane, but I ain't battling Cain. The way my people been treating me, I can feel it was pain. It's all false like religions you claim, so y'all be close.
Yes. Thank you very much for that round of applause from the live studio audience, of course. But we cannot forget where we are, of course. Oh, Nick, I don't even duck anymore, but yes, we are here live, of course, in the west side of the city of San Antonio. We got to show love to where we're at, but of course, all sides, much love to all sides. This is where we want to connect everybody, bro. Anybody, all skill levels, whether you're the dopest artist or maybe you know mediocre, but you believe in yourself, that's what we're gonna most definitely do. You, Nick, you don't fall in any of those categories because you're really, really dope. You're gonna be one of the goats of the city of San Antonio. Promise you that. Continue doing what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
Push more with your music. Let your name be heard. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Nick Fury, right here, my boy. We're not talking about Marvels, but is that kind of where you got the name from, Nick Fury?
I mean, I think it came from there, but I never gave myself the nickname. Like somebody just kept calling me that on the Riverwalk, and I was like, man, that shit is true. Because I used to be really angry, you know, and I kind of did that, but it just kind of stuck with me in it. You know what I mean? I just ran with it.
That's what's up. Kind of same thing with me. Big Sam Heard, that is my Riverwalk name.
I was gonna say that earlier. I was like, we both got our names from the heart.
Yeah, Sam is my initial, Steve Anthony Monreal. And when you work in a restaurant and let's say your food is up and you're a server, most of the time the cooks they say your name and they holler with, you know, your food's up or whatever, and your response should be your name, Heard, whatever the fucking case may be. So of course, working at Dirty O, shout out to Dirty O. I would say Sam Heard, you know what I'm saying? So I kept Sam Heard, and I kept it, and people were like, "Oh, Sam Heard, like the football player that went to Brack and it was a cowboy and this and that." There was a gentleman, Sam Heard. No, not the same name, different name. Heard as in the understanding of you actually, you know, acknowledge what I said. And whether it's just my name or it's a whole spill, you know, I want you guys to understand that Big Sam Heard is something that I obtained on the Riverwalk. I'm a third generation river rat. I take that serious because for some people that's their life. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a river rat for the rest of my life. I don't want to work at restaurants on the river. I want to have my own stuff. Sam Burger Kitchen is what we're coming up with. Of course, Sam Burger is my world famous, in my world,
Right.
world famous bacon cheeseburger, and I'm creating other things as well. Nick Fury, What are some platforms that people can check you out on if they want to listen to you, they want to support you? Uh, I know you have an Instagram. You big on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, any of that stuff?
No, I don't really get on none of that stuff, to be honest with you, man. I do have an Instagram. It's just Nick Fury, Nick space Furi. And on DatPiff, if you type in Nick Fury, Nick Furi, two mixtapes will pop up, and it's the G's for Genius and Bad Fellas. Bad Fellas is my newest one, and the G's for Genius was my first one. And
So
DatPiff is the main place.
actually, before I hit them with the deuce deuce apple juice, what is your method when you record? Are you one that is a writer, or do you just her beating just freestyle it and bam, that's it?
I like the process of writing mostly.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll find myself in the zone and maybe I'll freestyle some shit, but I really like sitting down and putting it together like a puzzle. You know what I mean? Letting the beat kind of talk to me and just I like taking my time. Sometimes there's times where I wrote a verse in fucking 10 minutes, and there's sometimes where I just didn't feel right, and the verse took me like fucking 3 days. That's one thing. I'll never settle on a verse. You know what I mean? If I have so many verses where it was like, man, it took me like 5 pages just to write this one verse, because I kept crossing shit out and adding something, but I don't mind it. You know what I mean? I like the process. I like taking the time. And Erica Badu said it best. She says, I'm an artist, but keep in mind that I'm sensitive about my shit, like, and that's just how I've always, I always related with that.
What are some of your biggest inspirations when it comes to music? You know what I'm saying?
As in like artist or like just in general.
Artists and in general.
Artists, I would say, man, dude, Jedi Mind Tricks, Vinny Paz is one of the main people that I've always followed, like Ill Bill, Necro, and fucking Nonfiction. A lot of that shit, man, is really like it's impacted me and shit. And there's fucking so much more, you know what I mean? And in general, man, like I've never been one to like boast about myself or like, but I do feel with like music, I feel like I belong there. And for a long time, I struggled with like I don't know if I want to call it depression, but like just trying to like wondering if I belong there. And then sometimes
Yeah.
I'm reminded though whenever people like you know what I'm saying, and like people of San Antonio, bro, some of the family that I've met here, you know what I mean? Like they tell me, bro, you're fucking keep going, they motivate me, you know what I mean? So I have to snap out of that fucking trance and just go. I just got to keep moving, you know what I mean? And just because I do know that I am good at writing, and I want to be able to deliver to people, you know what I mean? And just keep doing my thing.
Yeah. When you talk to people with music, you get them captivated. You want them to want to know more about you. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you got to keep that something, a little personal. You just keep it closed and stuff like that. But of course, as you grow as an artist, you're not gonna even realize that you're
Yeah.
being more open. You know what I'm saying? Because you say that you're really not as open. If I can,
Yeah.
if I can, I would like to help you with you opening that door because my guy right here, you know how talented you are. Me, just from what I hear on other social media or you actually spitting bars, live and me
Yeah.
actually can feel um, your, besides passion for the art because, some people, they just rap because they're like, fuck it, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being in the trap. I'm gonna write, this and that.
Hell yeah.
Some people they write. I like to say like emo. I like to call it emo rap. If we can get into emo rap,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we can get into like of course our feelings, but into that mindset where we understand that this life can end in a matter of seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
People can either love us forever or they move on to the next fucking whatever fucking trend is on,
Yeah.
TikTok, whatever is popping. Shout out to Lil Baby for having so many fucking
Hell yeah.
numbers on the top 25 and this and that. So yeah, little baby, we're gonna most definitely we're gonna get you here, bro, live in the Bone Zone with
Hell
Big Sam
yeah.
Hurd, and that's one of those things that I wanna put my mind to because if we can make it happen,
Fuck yeah,
we're
bro.
gonna fucking make it happen.
I know they try to say sky's the limit, but they forgot about the stars
Yeah,
and
then
all the space we
entire
got up
fucking
there.
galaxy, how big that
Yeah,
shit is.
yeah.
Like, yeah, we do limit ourselves to a bunch. I most definitely limit myself to a lot. But
No,
I want
you're doing great things, bro.
no, I know, but it's
Oh
like
yeah,
personally where I feel like we can progress when it comes to things and when it comes
absolutely.
to the podcast. Like people are gonna support it or they're not gonna support it.
Yeah.
There's ideas that I know that we come up with here that other podcasts may
Hmm.
share and use it as a formula or whatnot. But I
Yeah.
want for other podcasts to do that and use it as a formula when it comes to getting, let's say, co-hosts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
when I have people on besides myself, I don't want them to just feel like a special guest. That's why I say special co-host. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, Nick, if you have any questions for me, you are my co-host. Let's bring it home. Holla at your boy.
Hell
What's
yeah.
up?
Yeah, man. I wanted to know what drove you to like or what motivated you to want to do podcasts and like what really captured the when was the like breaking point when you were like because I know like for me like there was like a time of like I thought about doing music but then there was a time where I really did music. So I guess I want to know when was that tipping point when you were like fuck it I'm gonna do it like you know what I mean like that's what interests me the most like you know what I'm saying
COVID, bro.
fucking
Like
COVID.
that whole lockdown, that's when I started actually the live videos. You know what I'm saying? I had already started the podcast, but it had nothing to do with the live videos. The podcast was just me audio talking for about 15
Hmm.
minutes about yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And then the live videos were different. And then I was like, you know what? Why don't I make the live videos the actual podcast? And I would talk about whatever the fuck. I didn't have any guests on during the whole COVID, and then
Right.
after that first year, I had a few buddies, a good supporter, much love, MBK Guido, shout out to him, and a
Oh yeah.
gentleman, Arturo Orete. He goes, of course, big homie. He is a mascot for the city. He's you may see him around in a few murals in the city of
Hmm.
San Antonio where it's a Spurs mask, and he's that gentleman that's a Spurs mascot, and he really shows love as that. They were my
Oh yeah.
first two original uh, people on before I actually came into this room that we're in now, because at first I was just in my closet, really. So
Oh
people were like, "Oh, Steven, you came out of the closet." Like, no homo, yeah.
yeah.
But now we got a bigger room, you know what I'm saying? We got a little more room for people to stop by. We got Cherry, yada, 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 and it's
Oh
all
yeah.
love, you know what I'm saying? So, um, just mainly just progressing and the support is the biggest thing,
Fuck yeah.
where they see that I'm actually doing something and
Yeah.
it's all pro bono, you know what I'm saying?
And isn't it funny that like when you decide to do something, like how much love the shout out to the River Rats again, bro? Because like I mean, like I've never got so much support in my life, bro. Like there would be people that would fucking come to my show, like you know what I'm saying, Rob, like fucking. There's so many, like Tim, everybody, bro. Like you know what I mean, like. And that shit would surprise me, you know. I never thought anybody would really give a fuck about it, you know. Like,
Yeah.
and people show up, bro, and then they you can tell they genuinely care about it. Like they weren't just there just because they, you know what I'm saying, they wanted something to do. After
Yeah.
the show, they come up to me and it's like you could see it in their eyes, you know, like it means,
Yeah.
and you know, and that's shit, bro. That's the most beautiful thing. Like, you know, I've never, you know, I'm not the type to think like, am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? But that day that I stepped, the first time I did a show, bro, when I stepped off the stage, I felt like I made it just because of the way people came up to me and like,
Yeah.
and just like fucking appreciated it, bro. Like
Have you been on any other podcasts before?
my very first,
Very
bro.
first? I
Shout out to Live in the Bone Zone.
Yeah. Well, of course, my boy right here, Nick Fury, my podcast family, of course. Holla, my boy. He's most definitely somebody to dig into if you want to ask him more detailed questions. This here, live in the Bone Zone, Big Sam Heard. We don't really get, we're not over here. Yes, sir. What is your social security number? No shit like that. We're all about fun. We're about family. Of course, friends, family, boneheads, bitches, bitch ass hoes, hoe ass bitches, and bitch ass niggas. Actually, beat on the board. Can you give us that one more time, please? Like correctly. Yes, it is I, Billy on the board. Family, friends, family, boneheads, bitches, bitch ass hoes, hoe ass bitches, and bitch ass niggas. Because yes, even a male can be a bitch too. For Nick Fury, it is I, Billy on the board, live in the Bone Zone with Big Sam Hurt. Yo, Billy on the board, he's my mind. You know, we all have that person inside. Yeah. If you had a name for that we may have one, two, three. Give me a few names besides Nick Fury. Give me some names that you want people to when you hear that name, they're like they know who exactly.
Shane Villamain.
Shane Villamain. Okay.
And there's a good story to that. You know the train tracks that everybody goes to, and if you put it in neutral or whatever, and they say the kids push you off of the train tracks.
Yeah.
Well, those two streets, because right when you cross over the railroad tracks, you automatically have to take a right. Like it's like that. And so that street, I forget. I think the street that's going like this when you're going down the railroad is Shane, and the road that's going this way is Villamain. And I feel like that's the darkest spot of San Antonio. It's the most wicked part of San Antonio.
Bet.
So Shane Villamain. I don't think
Shane Villamain finna do the damn thing here live in the Bone Zone. Of course, when it comes to the podcast, I don't write anything down. I don't have like any bullets or whatever the fuck bullet points that we're gonna talk about. I just go with it because I feel that makes it a little more genuine, mainly for myself. Hopefully for the person that's in the seat that you're in. But Nick, thank you very much. You're gonna sign that frame. You're not gonna leave here until you sign that frame because I'm gonna put it back on the wall. And I do want you to know that you are very much appreciated. Your flowers, you deserve them, of course. Now, we all hate to get them, when we're in our casket and getting lower. Like, no, we don't want that shit. We don't want those flowers. Like, keep those flowers. We want our flowers now. You're gonna love us. You're gonna support us. Let us know. It's okay to give. If any women out there listening to this, it's okay to give your man flowers.
Hell yeah.
Hey, if you love your man, give him a little something. Not a little too feminine, but just show him a little something. You don't want him to be like, "Ooh, that's cute," and you're gonna be questioning him. But make it appropriate. Show your man some love. Nick Fury, I appreciate you, my good sir. I have no idea what is playing behind us. It looks like Jesus, the Bible. Yeah, here we don't really get to religious, to each its own.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever the case may be, the Bible is just written by, the OGs. By man, some nigga was like, man, this motherfucker right here, like it's just somebody gossiping pretty much. It's just gossip, bunch of gossip. Either way, Nick Fury, y'all tap in with him. Let's get something a cappella from you, something that you can maybe recite for us if you can. Let's see what you got, and then we can hit him with that deuce, apple juice.
All right. I wrote this a couple days ago. It goes, hell of a flight. My plight took the light from the bright. I'm out of sight, but feeling like the timing was right. Fly the kite. I'm hoping that the screws remain tight. Either way, I'm using all of my might while abusing the mic. I've been a nuisance. The truth is I'm tight. A burden to some. My vibes are like the light of the sun. My energy is the burst from a gun. They won't speak till I'm done. Come out the jungle like Attila the Hun. They all run, stunned and scared of the beast. The terrors increase till every foe I know is deceased. Forced to watch as every topic repeats, and I ain't knocking the streets. Sip concoctions. The consciousness receipts till I bleed on the sheets. I use for ink so I can write to these beats. I'm out of control. I should be concerned for my soul, but see, I'm not, because I'm down in the hole. Life is constant and taking its toll. Roll with the punches that crush on my skull. It's like, whoa, got off my ass and got me some dough. Plant seeds just to see if they grow. Sometimes I see that they don't. I felt the need to keep myself down below. While I'm rocking the show, they like, oh.
Bet. I like that, bro. To the audience, you're slacking. Hey. I like that. Do you have a beat and stuff to that already, or that just?
Yeah, I have a little bit. I wrote it to a YouTube beat,
Yeah.
but pretty soon I want to start getting my own equipment and shit, and I want to learn to make beats and like, do it organically. You know what I mean? Just
Bet. I feel on that, but yo, Facebook, YouTube, everybody, right here, for real. This guy right here, he is very, very, very. You're talking about organic. He's very organic. He's of course one of a kind, and his delivery is very, very precise. When it comes to whatever you need done, I believe that he can adjust to your sound, because that's how equipped this gentleman is. It's when it comes to music, you got to study a bunch of stuff. It's not just hello, like it's not just rhyming. It does come with a bunch of stuff when you're actually telling a story. You tell a story, and I believe you deserve to have your story told. Whatever platform, you are always welcome here, live in the Bound Zone, of course, with Big Sam Heard. Are we on podcast? That's when we're asking the question, or we're on podcast because we're making a statement. Whatever you want to look at us, either way, we are there. And it's important that I let people know that I love you, and you are really, really special to me. Not just because the music you made, because just seeing you as an individual and how much love you showed to my brother Robert.
absolutely.
That's one of the main things that really, really right there let me know how genuine you are, because I love that guy. We're not blood, but he's very special to me.
Absolutely.
Bobby, I love you, of course.
We love you, bro.
You don't know what the M stands for in your middle name, but still, I love you. And that's really, 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 besides the music and everything, that is really, really what it boils down to.
Absolutely.
And I just want you to know that before we hit y'all with the deuce. Of course, the deuce apple juice is where we say goodbye. We take like 5 minutes, just pretty much just saying goodbye.
Hell yeah.
But Bobby, I love you.
We love you, bro.
And I just want you to know that I'm gonna continue to do this shit. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So thank you for supporting me. And of course, family, friends, family, boneheads, bitches, bitch ass hoes, hoe ass bitches, and bitch ass niggas. Because yes, even a male can be a bitch too. For Nick Fury, it is I, Billy on the board. We're on podcast. Billy on the board, much love. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, bro. It's
Nick
been an
Fury, I love you, bro.
Love you too.
It's really, really nice to actually be able to just do this out of the blue.
Oh, dude.
And it's really, really gonna get me pumped for this whole weekend. I got 6 episodes. And I'm not gonna say anything about anybody else, but I love you.
Yeah, I love you too, bro.
I'm not gonna say, I love you, bro. To anybody else, but a bunch of things that I do with the podcast, that is, of course, it's business. You know what I'm saying? This, to me, it's more, I feel like it's more family, because even though it's business, you already have that frame. Let's show that to everybody, of course. Let's see that frame right there, and we're about to hit them with that deuce apple juice. Of course, we don't have this frame right here for you for a minute. Much love to you, my good sir. So for whoever is watching, thank you. You're gonna actually get to sign in now. So you've been on the wall, of course, with King Khalid. Hell, on the other side, we got Christina Aguilera, Tina Turner. We got Bone Thugs. So that's a nice line a company.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
want for those people to know that those people that I have made frames for, and I'm gonna be making more frames. I want them just to know that, you know what, we appreciate you here, and it's one of those things that makes us different from any other podcast in the city of hell in Texas. This is one, and we're for real. We're not about no other bullshit. We're gonna be here. If we have a time, we're gonna fucking be on there on that time, whether our co-host is here in the seat or not. We're gonna be on live. They already know the fucking door is gonna be unlocked. They can sit their happy ass down. We're gonna talk about life, death, everything else in between. But Nick Fury,
Deuce, apple juice.
Deuce apple juice, y'all. Much love, y'all. Much love, much love.
Much love, man. Thanks for having me.